Alright, let's dive into something that's got the MotoGP world scratching their heads right now. Jorge Martin, the 2024 champion, is calling it crazy that he's still leading the championship as we head into Silverstone. And honestly, I think he's onto something here. What makes this really interesting is that Martin isn't exactly oozing confidence right now. He's admitted to feeling off on his Aprilia RS-GP, and that's a big deal when you're at the top of the leaderboard. Personally, I think this is where the mental game in racing becomes just as crucial as the bike setup. Here's the thing, Martin's only scored one podium in the last 8 races, and yet he's still leading. If you take a step back and think about it, that's wild. It's not like he's dominating, he's had some seriously bad results, finishing at the back in a few races. But what many people don't realize is that consistency, even in the face of mediocrity, can keep you ahead in a points-based championship. Martin's strategy seems to be finishing races, taking points, and letting his opponents' mistakes work in his favor. And you know what? It's working. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Martin himself feels like his rivals are stronger than him right now. He's not just saying that to be humble, he genuinely believes he's not at his best. This raises a deeper question: if he's leading while feeling this way, what happens when he does find his rhythm? I mean, the guy pulled off a perfect double victory at Le Mans earlier this season. If he can tap into that kind of performance again, the championship could be his to lose. One thing that immediately stands out is Martin's honesty about his struggles. He's not sugarcoating it, he's talked about feeling confused after Barcelona, experimenting with setups, and still not finding his groove. In my opinion, this kind of transparency is rare in sports, especially at the top level. It's refreshing to see a champion admit they're figuring things out, rather than pretending everything's perfect. What this really suggests is that Martin's lead isn't just about his skill, it's about the chaos around him. The top 5 riders are separated by just 24 points, which is insane. Ai Ogura, Marc Marquez, Marco Bezzecchi, and Fabio Di Giannantonio are all breathing down his neck. But here's the kicker, Martin's not even focused on the points. He said he doesn't even know how many he has. He's just focused on riding, and I think that mindset might be his secret weapon. A detail I find fascinating is Martin's relationship with his crew chief, Daniele Romagnoli. They spent 4 years together at Pramac, and now they're still learning how to work with the Aprilia. It's like they're starting from scratch in some ways, and that's a huge challenge when you're fighting for a championship. What many people don't realize is that the rider-crew-chief dynamic is just as important as the bike itself. If they can't communicate effectively, the whole operation falls apart. If you take a step back and think about it, Martin's situation is a perfect example of how unpredictable MotoGP can be. He's leading the championship while feeling unsure, his opponents are all within striking distance, and the season is far from over. Personally, I think this is shaping up to be one of the most exciting title fights we've seen in years. So, here's my closing thought. What if Martin's craziness is actually his strength? What if his ability to stay calm, finish races, and let the chaos unfold around him is exactly what it takes to win? I don't know about you, but I'll be watching Silverstone with a whole new perspective. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is Martin's lead a fluke, or is he playing the long game? Let's chat.